Test, test. Alright, let's get started. Hope this audio works. Got a new audio device, new headphones. Not going to use the Bluetooth anymore because of the delay. Alright. Anyway, fourth live show. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Scratch Golf Show. If you're new here, my name's Marco, your host, your hack weekend golfer who decided to do this as a hobby. But anyway, welcome to the show. If you're new here, the Scratch Golf Show. I am a scratch golfer, hence the name of the show. Mondays, we like to hang out a little bit, talk about the week that was, then golf, the weekend that was in golf, the upcoming weekend, or the upcoming week in golf, and what that looks like, and just review our gambling picks from last Wednesday. Like I said, if you're new here, we do a Monday and a Wednesday show, and we're going to start incorporating some more videos to the channel. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Share it with your friends, share it with your folks if you like the content. So, and what that looks like, and just review our gambling picks. So, anyway, the week that was. Only one golf tournament. We had Scotty take down the RBC Heritage. Excuse me. Long weekend. Anyway, we had Scotty win again. What else is new? Here I am talking to you on a Monday. Scotty Scheffler, your champion. The dude is just so fucking good, man. It's unreal how good he is. I didn't get a chance to watch a ton of the coverage this weekend. I really was only able to catch the highlights and watch on Sunday. I was out of town this weekend. It was my bachelor party, so had a great time, but definitely feel the side effects today. So it's going to be a short show. Just wanted to make sure I got one out on a Monday. But yeah, so Scotty, go ahead, waxes the field by 5. Saturday 63, and yesterday I didn't see what he finished at this morning. He was 4 under on the day. But yeah, I mean, it's just another week. Signature event at the RBC Heritage. If you didn't watch, it's the course it's the Harbortown course in South Carolina. Really a quirky course. I'm not a huge fan of it personally. I've never played it. I've only played it on the simulator, but it's just a very tight course, which for me, not really my forte. I like courses that are a little more open. I also like courses that aren't required to, like, basically there's trees and then OB and fairway. Not really my style, but yeah, it's just, I mean, the dude is just on another planet right now. I don't know what else to say. Signature event, so you had obviously the best players, well, most of the best players, with the exception of a few, in the field, and he just, one double bogey until 18 this morning, I'm pretty sure. one bogey this week on a course like that where there's trouble lurking on almost every hole. It's not the longest course, but it is tight, like I said, and you got to shape it. And he wins on any and every course. It doesn't matter what the setup. You look at his wins over the past, what, 4 or 5 now, and then a T2. The guy's lost to one player in the past 5 weeks. It's insane the run he's on. It's Tiger-esque. He just continues to get it done. But like I said, you look at the venues he's won on. He's won on Augusta, obviously. He won on this one. He's won on TPC Sawgrass and Bay Hill. And really, those are 4 way, way different courses. You know, like at Augusta, it's a different course than TPC Sawgrass is at Bay Hill. Bay Hill and this course are somewhat similar, where you got to require it to hit some quirky tee shots. You got to shape it, both ways. But Scotty's just so good that he can hit every shot. It doesn't matter. He hits every shot required. I was watching the coverage yesterday on the way home, and he played after the rain delay, which was we'll talk about that in a second. But hole 14 is a par 3 there. He's playing to a very tight green, water all right, water all short, playing into about a 20-mile-an-hour wind, and it's 200 yards. I'm pretty sure he's playing about 195. I watched about 4 or 5 groups go through there. Morikawa rinsed one. A couple guys missed the green, but a couple guys hit it in the water, and he just steps up, and it's a hole that you can, like Colin, like I said, you can drop it, you can make double easily. He's got a 4-shot lead, and he hits this flight. He has 6-iron, and then he goes and backs off, grabs 5-iron, and just hits this flighted 5-iron to 30 feet, 2-putt par, and he's out of there. And then the next hole was on 15, which if you didn't get a chance to see hole 15, he is a par 5. He laid up in the water. I was watching the coverage. It was the last hole he played before they blew the horn this morning. And he said it was a mud ball because it flew kind of funky. I watched his interview today, and they had asked him about it, and he's like, yeah, I feel like I didn't hit the ball that bad. I definitely didn't feel like I pull hooked it 40 yards left. It's mud, and it's like, man, like any other golfer, you're like, nah, I don't really buy that. But for him, you probably do, where it's like, yeah, it probably maybe was a little mud, or maybe the ball was cracked. Who knows? It's like, if the guy says he doesn't pull hook one 40 yards left, I generally believe him. Anyway, he goes on anyway and drops it, hits this sick draw pitching wedge down, like spun it probably 40 feet into a bowl, and buries the putt. Blow the horn, easy, come back out, par bogey, win the golf tournament again. Your champion, Scotty Scheffler. It's the guy, like I said, the run the guy is on is unreal. If you guys didn't get a chance to watch our first video that we dropped with Golf Lover UK last week, make sure you go give that a watch. It was a really good conversation with Ben about the state of golf, about Scotty, about some other things. Just make sure you go give that a watch. It was a really good interview. But he had talked about it last week, and this was before he had won this week, that he could miss like the next 18 cuts and still be number 1 in the world, and that's just insane. The amount of distance he's created. I think Dan Rappaport tweeted out today a stat of like the gap between 1 and 2 is bigger than the gap between 2 and 200 or like the 764th golfer or something like that, and it's just unreal that this guy just keeps winning. He just keeps winning. I don't know. I don't get it, and I don't think he's gonna stop. Like this could go down even if he just gets like 2 or 3 more wins, which at this point, how does he not win at least 3 more times? Could go down as one of the all-time greatest seasons, that we've seen outside of Tiger, VJ, a couple maybe of Rory's season, Brooks obviously with multiple majors, but it's crazy the amount of skill that he has that's just better than everybody else. He can just go wax a field at Augusta and then come back the very next week and wax them again by 5. I don't get it. 4. I'm sorry, 4. I think somebody got to 16 under. But anyway, yeah, if you didn't get a chance to watch yesterday, they restarted this morning. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I slept. I think they went off super early. I slept in a little bit. Yeah, they didn't move up tee times yesterday, which makes no sense. It's like a running meme on Twitter right now that the PGA Tour has like a PGA Tour comms. I think it's the PGA Tour communications on Twitter account or X account. I'm sorry, and they tweeted like the weather forecast for the day yesterday morning, and it was like sun, 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 and then around 4 o'clock it was expected thunderstorms and expected showers, and it's like you literally tweeted this knowing that you're gonna have to call play and probably not finish when you could have just moved times up and got the round in. You had to have the players stay an extra day after they're already a week after a major. Like, how does I would be pissed if I was a player, like especially guys who like maybe had one hole left and they had to stay a whole extra day just to finish the tournament this morning because you didn't want to move up tee times and you literally knew they were going to happen because your PGA Tour Twitter X account, communications account, tweeted the weather that there was going to be bad weather. It makes no sense. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Scotty Scheffler could have delayed that. I mean, honestly, they should have just called it yesterday. He was never losing. I mean, he was never going to make four. I mean, I understand they have to finish the tournament, but they probably could have just called it yesterday and wrapped it up. And just used the weather as an excuse. Scotty's your champion. I don't think any of the guys would have made a complaint about that because nobody was catching him. But it's just wild. Like I said, I don't know how he doesn't keep winning. I would, if I were going to bet the over/under major right now, I would say it's probably 0.5. I think he gets at least one more, whether it's the PGA or the U.S. Open. U.S. Open at Pinehurst, PGA is at Valhalla. I think it's third weekend in May, I want to say. But I don't know how he doesn't win one of those if he just keeps playing the way he's playing. It's insane. He's just so good. If you didn't get a chance to watch the LPGA, you've got Nelly Korda, who also is going for 5 in a row. She won her second major. The women's game doesn't get a ton of coverage, and it's just because they just get the really short end of the stick on a lot of the viewing. And so it doesn't get a ton of attention, but she's on an unreal run, just like Scotty on the LPGA. She just won 5 in a row. She won 4 in a row going into a major. It was their first major of the year this week on the LPGA Tour, and she won again. I didn't get a chance to watch a ton of the coverage. I caught some of the highlights, and I listened to the No Laying Up live show last night. They had discussed a little bit of it. They do a pretty good job covering the LPGA Tour, so if you want to go give them a listen to get a better breakdown than I could give about the run that Nelly's on, it's unreal. She's so good. She's so good, and she's so good for the women's game too because from a sporting perspective, they need a star. They need a guy like Tiger or Rory to really prop up the game because they are really, really good and they don't get the attention they deserve on the LPGA Tour. But yeah, she's on an unreal run also. It's like just bet her and Scotty every week until they keep losing, which is insane for a golf tournament, but you kind of almost have to do it. Anyway, enough about Scotty, enough about Nelly. We'll do just a quick recap from the betting. We went 2-1 on our matchups. If you follow us on Twitter or on X, I posted my picks there because I didn't do a show on Wednesday because I was traveling. Like I said, it was my bachelor party this weekend, and we left Wednesday night. But if you did follow me, I did go 2-1, so I did go profitable. I gotta remember exactly who I picked. Give me 1 second. My FanDuel's loading. I know we had Patrick Cantley over Rory McIlroy at plus 105. I had Matt Fitzpatrick over Morikawa plus 110. That's the one I lost. And then I had Wyndham Clark over somebody at like plus 110. So 2-1 plus 110. We are now after we went 4-1 on Masters Week, 2-1 on this week. So we're 6-2 in the matchup. So make sure if you get a chance, if you don't catch them Wednesday, I do the Wednesday show for gambling, and that'll be more of quicker shows. This week, the Wednesday show is going to be a longer show. We're going to do a Live Adelaide preview. We're going to preview the Zurich Classic for the PGA Tour this week. That's the team event, so it'll be interesting to see how those two do against each other. Generally, Live has gone up against some bigger PGA Tour events this year. Their first 2 seasons, they would generally schedule their events based around the weaker PGA Tour events just to try and pull those viewers. But this year, they've actually gone up against some stronger fielded PGA Tour events and have done relatively well from a viewing perspective. But their Adelaide event is going to be super cool. It's one of their biggest events of the year. If you didn't get a chance to check out, the event last year, it's basically, I don't want to say it's a knockoff of the Waste Management Phoenix Open, but a lot of it is what they do at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. It's a lot of partying. They have a party hole that's supposed to be a super cool par 3, similar to how they set up the 16th at WM Phoenix Open. So if you haven't gotten a chance, it's in Australia this week, so the timing is going to be weird, but we're going to give that a preview on Wednesday. We'll give out some Live Adelaide picks. We're also, like I said, going to preview the PGA Tour Zurich Classic event. It's the team event, so they do two-man teams. I think it's the only time on the PGA Tour schedule they do a team event, so that'll be a cool one. I'm curious to see if they do any batting matchups this week. But regardless, I'll cover that on Wednesday, and we'll give out some picks on Wednesday. What else? I think that's it. I didn't have a ton this week. I just wanted to do a quick show, just to talk about how good Scotty is. And this guy, I can't understand how good of a run he's on. And like I said, I don't know how he doesn't keep winning. And I think I keep hearing people talk about the career Grand Slam, and it's like the guy's won. First of all, he's only won 2 majors, and he's only won at Augusta. He's won 2 green jackets, obviously. So I think he definitely has a chance to win the career Grand Slam this year. If you don't know what the career Grand Slam is, it's if he wins all 4 majors in 1 year. Well, not in 1 year, but just in general. I don't think anyone's ever won all 4 in one season. Tiger famously did the Tiger Slam, which is he won 3 in one season, and then the next season. So he didn't win them all in 1 year, or like one PGA Tour season, but he won the calendar year. But I know it's been a really hot topic. I want to at least see him get through the PGA first before even having that conversation. Like I said, if the over-under on Scotty majors this year is 0.5, I would definitely lay a ton of money on the over. I don't see how he doesn't win at least one more with how he's playing right now with the PGA coming. I think the only thing that's really we're gonna see the test is once he does become a father. That first few weeks, that sleep schedule is going to be rough, obviously with him traveling. But who knows? I mean, the guy just showed up the week after the Masters and waxed a field of 70 elite players by 5 on a course that, like I said, is so different to Augusta National. So props to him. We'll see if once he has a kid, if that will be the one guy who can actually defeat him, just as a joke. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap up early tonight, guys. Sorry, I just wanted to do a quick show. I'm exhausted. It was a really long weekend. I had a blast, though, with the fellas. If you guys are watching, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Like I said earlier, I know there's a couple more people in here. If you didn't get a chance to watch our first video, we had an interview with Golf Lover UK. Make sure you give that a watch. Share it. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff.